My name's Adam Clemens, and I'm super excited to share with you guys what my profession is, a certified athletic trainer. My sister, Mrs. Wilson, a speech pathologist there at Station Camp Elementary, knows how much I enjoy my job and reached out to me to have a chance to talk with you guys today about it. What do I do? I currently work for the Vanderbilt University Medical Center as an athletic trainer with the Vanderbilt University football program. Athletic trainers in general are certified and licensed healthcare professionals in the field of sports medicine. What exactly does that mean? It means that we're certified by a national governing body and that we're licensed by the state of Tennessee to be able to do what we do. And what is it that I do? I work with athletes. I get to work with athletes that are injured. I get to work with athletes and take them through the rehabilitation for those injuries. I get to work with their illnesses, and I get to work with something called preventative medicine. Whether or not they like it or not, at some point in time, most athletes are going to get hurt. And when they do, athletic trainers take care of them. You may be watching a game on TV and see someone get hurt on the field, and an entire staff of people or group of people around to take care of them. Those are athletic trainers. We take care of them, we evaluate that injury, and we get them off to the sideline and get the whole process started. The next part of all of it is rehabilitation for those injuries. Our job is to take those athletes and take those patients that are hurt and get them better. That means doing different types of exercises, different type of treatments, different type of rehab programs, and everything that goes along with it. We're also going to take care of illnesses. Now, we all know we have a pretty bad illness going on right now, but that isn't the only illness that we'll have to take care of. All athletes at some point in time wake up not feeling well. They may have an upset stomach. They may have a runny nose, or they may have an ear that hurt or a sore throat. We're going to help them take care of those as well. The last aspect is preventative medicine. And that's where we do a lot more of our work. And that's where we take athletes, look at how they move, look at how they feel, look at how they do their sport, and see what subtle, small changes or areas we can work at to keep them from getting hurt. Where can I work? What settings do athletic trainers work in? Well, there's a number of different settings that we can work in, not just dealing with athletes. Hospitals. Some athletic trainers are starting to work within hospitals and work in doctor and physician's offices. They work very similar to how a nurse would work or a medical assistant. They may bring a patient back, talk to them first, find out what's going on, give the doctor an impression of what may be the injury or the issue may be. They then may help with any casting, any splints, any protective braces or anything that the patient may need. They may help them get x-rays. They may help them with taking stitches out, stuff along those lines that they can assist and work in a physician's office. Schools, and this means high schools and middle schools, all employ athletic trainers. Station Camp has an athletic trainer that works with all their teams there. Colleges, and this is universities and different colleges throughout the country, all have athletic training staffs. Here at Vanderbilt, we have 15 athletic trainers that work with our different sports. You go to a much larger university, has a much larger number of overall teams. Take the Ohio State University, for example, where they have 36 sports. They have almost 40 athletic trainers that work with those students. Professional sports, if you're a fan of the Titans or the Predators, they all have sports medicine staffs that have athletic trainers on them as well. The military, more and more military bases are starting to employ athletic trainers because they know we can handle emergent activities, something that happens while the soldiers out during a training exercise. We're able to help out in an immediate action. Performing arts. Performing arts is a fairly new environment that athletic trainers are starting to work in. But this is an area along the lines of ballet dancers, performing arts that may include things like Cirque du Soleil, the circuses, things like WWE, where we have people that may not be your traditional athlete that are still working hard and have a chance of being injured doing what they do. What is a typical day? Working with a football program, my day can be very dependent on the time of year. The fall is going to be our busiest time because we're in season. In season requires the coverage of practices any workouts or weight room activities that they have, or conditioning days, including all the games and any travel that gets to take place with that. I've had the opportunity to travel some really, really neat and unbelievable venues and stadiums around the country. Your teachers ask about the use of the 4 C's: communication, collaboration, and critical thinking, and creativity. We use these on a daily basis. Communication is huge with the profession of athletic training. There's a great deal and a great number of people that are involved in a sports medicine team, particularly one that has to do with football. We have to communicate very well between each section of it, be it the athletic trainers, the physicians or doctors. We have our strength and conditioning staff. We may have our massage therapists. We may have our chiropractors, our physical therapists. We all have to be on the same page working together. So communicating between each other is very, very important. Collaboration. I just listed a whole group of people that we all have to work together to be on the same page. We're going to work with our physicians. We're going to work with our different types of physicians. We're going to work with our coaches. We're going to work with our different members of our staff to all get to the same goal. Critical thinking. I talked about earlier where you may see an athlete that gets hurt if you're watching a game on TV and you see a group of athletic trainers running out to him. Critical thinking is huge there, because in my mind, as I'm running out to that athlete, I'm thinking in my head, what happened? What are possibilities? What will be the next steps? Is this something that's serious, or is this something that isn't serious? Is this something we may need an ambulance? There's all kinds of different things that are going through our heads as we're taking care of these athletes. Creativity. Creativity really comes into play when we're dealing with our preventative medicine and our rehabilitation. Some injuries that our student athletes may have may take 9 months to heal from. Think about it, 9 months. That's an entire school year that they're having to do rehabilitative exercises for a particular injury. We need to do things to keep them engaged and keep them involved and keep them excited about it. Most rewarding parts of my job. I've been doing this a very long time. I've had some very, very rewarding parts of my job. But I wanted to pick out just a few to show to you guys. The first one is seeing student athletes reach their goals. And this picture here with the 3 guys draped in the American flags, the one wearing number 9 on his hip is David Neville. He was a track and field athlete for me when I worked at Indiana University. As a freshman, David came in, didn't have a whole lot of goals, wasn't in the best shape, ended up getting hurt. 4 years later, he won a gold medal in the Olympic Games. Seeing injured athletes return to the field after long injuries. If you see number 67 down there below, he was a football athlete for us here at Vanderbilt, had a really bad leg injury, spent a lot of time with me 7 days a week for a little over 6 months rehabbing this injury. If you notice, that's not a Vanderbilt jersey that he's wearing. That's a jersey for the San Francisco 49ers, where last year he started in the Super Bowl. The last rewarding part of my job is something I like to think of being a small part of something that's bigger than just sports. I work in the sports environment. I work in the college environment, but there's sometimes you get to be involved in something that's a little bit bigger than just sports. This last year, we had the opportunity, because of some injuries to some players that we had on our team, to have the first female place kicker, or first female athlete, compete in the Division I football program, when Sarah Fuller was a place kicker for us this year. It's a great opportunity to show that sometimes girls can do just the same things guys can. And I think it was pretty awesome to be part of. What kind of education is needed? I have my undergraduate degree from the University of Delaware, where I had to take a lot of classes based in science and math and physical education and things about the body. From there, we have to get a master's degree in athletic training. So right there, you're looking at about 6 years of schooling to get through this. And then, like I said earlier, we have to pass a national exam to become an athletic trainer. The last question that we were asked to kind of talk about is, how do we contribute to society? It took me a while to think about this, but I was able to come up with this. Athletic trainers serve as a valuable link between the medical and athletic worlds. We have the athletics on one side, we have high-level athletes, we have physicians that do wonderful things, and now we have the opportunity to bring them together, and we're the glue that makes it all stick. By keeping them safe and healthy, We provide environments to help our patients succeed and reach their goals. I always kind of describe it that my job is to do whatever I can from the medical side to make our student athletes as successful as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about what an athletic trainer does. I had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your time.